NamRA Kachenu, 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 NamRA Kachenu. We are NamRA,
serving with passion.
Hello and welcome to this edition of NamRA Kachenu, where the focus is more on tax, customs and excise matters. I'm Shipena Njambi Kuhanga, and I'm very much honored to be in your company for the next half an hour or so. In recent developments, the Trans-Kalahari Border Post Commercial Terminal ready. Next, valuation and classification was the focus in Walvis Bay. Last but not the least, NamRA staff career aspirations. All that and more will be coming to you in a while. Stay tuned.
NamRA Kachenu, NamRA Kachenu.
The new commercial terminal at the Trans-Kalahari Border Post has been completed and is housing operations at the border. Now, this facility forms part of the implementation of the one-stop border post, synchronized with the Mamuno border post on the Botswana end.
Negotiation facility with the kitchen that side. And then we move to
yeah, I think it's from permission.
yeah. 26 yeah.
We put a new cash office here for Botswana. So that the customer now finishes and then they exit to the that will be the end of the process. For Namibia side of the support services, that is the people not selling the customers, they'll be sitting here just supporting the people at the counters. So the chairs have arrived over the weekend. We're expecting the chairs in the coming week, and then the sitting arrangement will be made accordingly. Who sit where has been decided. I don't know the names of the Namibian border agencies properly, but
so your presence here really shows your commitment from both countries. These two countries have entrusted you with a huge responsibility.
I want to encourage you to not lose the momentum, to continue with the momentum, to know that there's a lot of work to be done on both sides. We have read about Namibia side, they are not yet done with phase 1, but it's phase 2, phase 3. The same applies to the Botswana side as well. So we must not lose momentum. We must still work as a team. We must hold hands and move in the same direction. Let's make things happen. Where there are obstacles or challenges, the reason why we are here is for you to come to us and say we are experiencing this challenge of funding, get whatever, and we should then be in a position to support you, because when this project succeeds, Botswana and Namibia win, all of us win.
Heads or representatives of all border agencies, I believe we still need that meeting between Botswana and Namibia, how we can harmonize the processes. Because I believe that if somebody comes to pay, we shouldn't make them pay in this office, pay this one, pay that other one. Let's make our system such that there is only one payment center to facilitate their seamless movement. Somebody goes, not to go from this office to the other because they have to make their payment.
Remaining at Trans-Kalahari, NamRA staff there comment on the improvement made to their working environment and look forward to the completion of the one-stop border post project.
Interest
Infrastructure-wise, everything is good. We're happy with that.
It speaks to world class, eh?
It does. It actually does speak to world-class revenue agency, which is what we're aiming for. We could do better in terms of time spent, reduce the time spent on the border. That is still a bit of a challenge. Yeah.
How's the new setup?
That's very good.
Uh-huh.
I'm impressed.
Okay.
I love the new building, more space so we don't feel cramped up like the old space that we had. So pretty happy with that.
NamRA held a 2-day engagement session in Walvis Bay, focusing on valuation and classification of goods under the harmonized system. Over 30 clearing agents participated, gaining crucial insights into customs practices. Now here is a recap.
If you ask me to chop down or cut down a tree, I will spend few hours sharpening my axe. Customs is not a discipline that is widely available in public institutions.
Are you ready to step into your dream career? Join us as we dive into a world of dreams as the NamRA staff highlight their ideal professions, from astronauts, engineers to farmers, all while adding a splash of orange.
I'm the first one because I'm the pilot. Pilot, I'm a geologist.
I'm not a geologist, I'm a nurse.
I'm not a nurse, I'm a commercial farmer.
Yeah.
This universe is Namibia, whatever.
Dr. Neova here.
After me, after you eat.
You, the farmer,
Yeah,
producing food for everybody.
Producing food for everybody.
My name is Saya Shivandu. I'm an astronaut.
After the break, we'll be joined by Mr. Martins Matengu, who serves as a principal officer within the Customs and Excise Department at NamRA. Be sure to stick around.
NamRA Kachenu, NamRA.
And we are back. Joining us now is Mr. Martins Matengu, principal officer within the Customs and Excise Department. Mr. Matengu, it's indeed an honor to have you join us today, and a very warm welcome to NamRA Kachenu.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now let's kick off this session with Mr. Matengu giving us a brief overview of his roles and responsibility as a Principal Customs and Excise Officer at the Hosea Kutako International Airport.
Thank you very much for the question. Basically, my responsibility that I have a host of responsibility. Among them, I'm responsible for overseeing and supervising the operational activities of the subdivision Hosea Kutako, which includes passenger control, clearance, as well as enforcement. I'm also, responsible for providing a leadership, guidance as well as supportive role to my team members. I'm also ensuring that the correct revenue is collected, as well as the right duties to the state. I do also collaborate with stakeholders to ensure that they comply to the customs regulations and laws.
Thank you. Now, with that said, what are some of the biggest challenges you face in managing customs and excise operations at the airport?
Yeah, thank you very much. We have a host of challenges of managing the Hosea Kutako International Airport. this relates to the importing of goods, especially e-commerce goods, whereby, as you know, e-commerce is an electronic importing of goods online. So most of the traders who are involved in e-commerce, they are informal traders, some of them, and there's a challenge of appropriate or adequate documentation in terms of the requirement of customs. So basically, what we do, we make sure that there is compliance level in place. We subject them to we request them to provide the relevant document which made them to purchase goods, outside the country.
Thank you. Now, how exactly does NamRA ensure the efficient and secure processing of passengers and cargo at the airport?
Yes, perhaps maybe you are aware, Hosea Kutago has got two elements of importation or division. We have an element of passenger control, we have an element of cargo control. In terms of passenger control, where travelers are passing through with their accompanied luggages, we adopt techniques such as risk profiling or random selection of travelers, whereby we do not subject all the travelers to searches or to baggage declaration. Some of the travelers, they can adopt what we call self-assessment by choosing a green channel whereby they have got nothing to declare. So those travelers who are having something to declare, they can be selected by a passenger controller to proceed to the ready channels. Or else, in addition to that, we have what we call a non-intuitive scanner, whereby travelers' luggages are put through the scanner randomly, for that matter, and then when the scanner controller detects any suspicious items, they will be selected for ready channel, whereby a passenger can either declare when there's a need to declare such consignment or items.
Now, how do you handle the balance between trade facilitation and ensuring compliance with customs regulations?
Yeah, thank you very much. As you are aware, trade facilitation is a key strategic pillar in customs. It plays a critical role not only in providing expedited clearance process, but also in implementing controls. So we ensure that there is a voluntary compliance level from traders, and then we also make sure that we do not subject all the consignment to inspection. So we make sure that we do what we call random inspection. Only those suspected consignments are subject to full examination. In terms of cargo as well, we make use of our own Asikuda world system, which is a system which is a trader can, or a clearing agent can submit in documentation online. It's embedded with a selectivity criteria in place, whereby consignments, some which are suspicious, can be stopped by the system. So, a custom officer, is not necessary that a custom officer will stop it, but the system will automatically stop it. And it's aiming at to make sure that they detect the IPR, goods, or those ones which we think they pose a risk to the state in the supply chain.
Now, before we conclude this session, what advice would you give our travelers out there just to ensure a smooth customs experience at the airport?
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. I call upon all informal trader or traders, at large, those one who have challenges with regard to e-commerce or importation of goods, to visit our customs website, or as well as they can visit our office. We adopt what we call open door policy, whereby we can host them and answer to their questions, and they can also call our office to the following numbers: 062-540-79 or 062-540-69. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Matengu.
Thank you very much.
Now that wraps our discussion with Mr. Martins Matengu, Principal Officer within the Customs and Excise Department. We'll be back after a short break.
NamRA Kachenu, NamRA Kachenu.
Now let's focus on how to do online registration and link taxpayer identification number.
Good day, viewers. My name is Larissa Canasis. I'm a senior auditor in the Large Taxpayers Unit under the Domestic Taxes Department. Today I'm going to take you through how to register for a portal account and to link your tax number to your portal account. Step 1, you go to your internet search engine. Then you type in ITAS for Namibia. The ITAS screen will pop up. Then you click on register. If you click on register, you will be brought to a screen where the fields are mandatory to complete: the login name, password, and a few other questions. So when completing these questions, you submit. After completing all the information in the mandatory fields, you submit. After submitting, an activation link will be sent to your email address. Then go to your email address and click on the activation link. A page will pop up to confirm that your portal account has been activated. Now you click on login and the ITAS portal login page will pop up. Now you can log in as a portal user. The terms and conditions page will pop up. Read the terms and conditions, then you accept for the process to continue. Then the page for linking your tax number to your portal account will pop up. Click on link your taxpayer account and complete all the mandatory fields. After completing the mandatory fields, you click submit. A message will pop up that says you have successfully linked your tax number. Congratulations, you are now registered as an e-filer. You can view your transactions and submit your returns on the portal account from now onwards. Thank you. That's all for today.
In the next insert, we'll look at who is eligible to receive a refund from NamRA.
Good day. My name is NamRA Kachenu. I serve at Large Taxpayers Office, responsible for audits. Today I would like to talk about who is eligible to receive a refund from NamRA. Well, the short answer is that all duly registered taxpayers who have filed their tax returns and have paid more taxes than what the law requires will be eligible to get a refund, subject to verification checks. So the long answer is that it all depends on the different taxpayer categories and tax types that the taxpayer is registered for. So for personal income tax, for instance, employees who are working for a salary, if your employer has deducted more tax than what the law provides for, you are eligible to get a refund. But also if you have taken on additional savings such as study policies, retirement annuity contribution or provident fund savings, you are more likely to receive a refund from NamRA. Also, for corporate taxpayers who are registered for corporate income tax, they pay provisional taxes in the interim. If they have provisionally paid more than what their tax liability is at the end of the tax year, then they are eligible to get a tax refund. For those that are registered for VAT, they are eligible to get a refund if their output tax, that is the tax on sales, their sales, is less than the tax on the expenses. That is the input tax. So that means they'll be eligible to get a refund. So all in all all refunds are subjected to a verification by NamRA. It means that a simple audit, desk audit, needs to be conducted to determine the accuracy of the declaration. But once that is finalized, we ought to pay a refund out only to compliant taxpayers. It means those who have filed their tax returns on time, those who have paid their taxes, are not owing on other tax types, for instance. Basically, we just run a compliance check, then we are able to refund the taxpayer. They are also able to offset on the other accounts instead of getting the refund directly to them. That's all. Thank you very much.
Here is the trivia of duties.
Did you know? Employees tax, also known as pay-as-you-earn, is imposed on employees through their employers, and it's calculated based on individual income tax rates.
Do you want to make a payment for tax debt? Well, here are the available options for payment.
My name is Angela Kamui, Senior Revenue Treasury Officer at NamRA. I'm going to take you through the process of making payments to our NamRA offices. We have 4 modes of payments which are acceptable at our offices, which are direct deposits, cash payments, electronic fund transfers, and speed points machines. When making electronic fund transfers, we have 2 accounts available for our taxpayers, which is Receiver of Revenue, account 165001, and the VAT dedicated account 165060. When making a direct deposit, our taxpayers need to fill this deposit slip at their commercial bank. You need to have your TIN with you. The TIN consists of 8 characters, and then you should also know the period that you are making the payment for. When making an electronic fund transfer, for your penalty or interest liability due to NamRA, you use the EFT referencing example as shown on the screen. It also has 19 characters, but on the text type and text period, you put 999, indicating that the payment is account payment. When making electronic fund transfers, EFT referencing example is shown on the screen, which comprises of 19 characters. The taxpayer reference number comprises of 5 parameters, which are as follows. 1. Represent the payment method, in this case, EFT payment. 06. Office of registration or your return office. The 8th character represents your tax identification number. 14 is tax type, in this case, employees tax. 2018-06 is the tax period for which the payment is meant for.
In our previous episode, we asked, what are the benefits of being an authorized economic operator? Here's the answer. Expedited VAT refunds, reduced bond amount of any security required for compliance with the customs procedure, facilitated and flexible inspection schemes, which requires fewer routine documentary physical inspections and non-intrusive inspection techniques when goods are stopped or detained for inspection. Expedited clearance of goods to reduce delays and pre-clearance of goods to reduce border crossing times. Provisions of a client relationship manager to manage the relationship between the authorized economic operator and NamRA. Our question for this episode is, who is eligible to receive a refund from NamRA? Kindly email your answer to NamRA Kachenu at namra.org.na. The due date for submission is the 15th of August 2024. The winner will be announced in.
And with that, we conclude this edition of NamRA Kachenu. We trust that the information shared has been both valuable and insightful. Join us again in 2 weeks' time for the latest updates. But until then, stay informed and compliant. Take care.